3 games to love. Martina Navratilova, she leads 3 games to love. She has the 1 service break so far in the match and has thus far established control. Here are the point standings for Virginia Slim. Steffi Graf in the #1 points position. Martina, and then Gabby, Arantxa Sanchez, and Zina Garrison, also a semifinalist here yesterday, losing to Martina in straight sets.
Lisa, do you ever think you'd see the day Chris Evert be 7?
Never. You know, that list of point standings actually determines which players go to the Virginia Slims Championships in Madison Square Garden at the end of the year. So it's important that they stay high on that list.
And your 1988 Virginia Slims Championship champion right there, serving now, needing to hold. It's out.
Well, Martina's been playing almost flawless tennis. It's interesting to see she's human and can make a mistake.
Well, interesting you should point that out, Vic, because yesterday in a semifinal match against Zina Garrison, she buzzed through Garrison 6-1 in the first set, then found herself down 1-4 in the second before coming back to capture it 6-4. Gabby very wide and loose with that forehand.
You know, this gives you an idea of Martina's confidence. I had a chance to speak with her after that match over Zina, and she said even when she was down 4-1 in the second set, she never felt in jeopardy of losing the set.
Look at that.
I guess that kind of attitude comes with having won 142 championships singles.
She's made a habit of winning.
Triple break. Out.
30-40.
Well, for the viewers' sake, as well as Gabriela Sabatini, I hope that Martina doesn't run away with this match.
Beg your pardon, it's down to a single break point now. Cannot get it past her. A second service break for Martina Navratilova.
And
She
look,
leads 4 games to love.
look how smart she is. She doesn't allow the play for Sabatini to get in. She gets the opportunity, she takes the short ball, she gets in on top, and then forces Sabatini to pass within 1 or 2 degrees. That's class. Gabby's going to have to really work hard to get back in there.
It looks to me like Gabriela is trying to move towards the center of the court before she actually makes contact, therefore pulling off the ball. I don't feel that she's near as sharp today as she was last night against Pam Shriver.
Agreed.
And I imagine she'd be the first to say, that's not Pam Shriver over there.
That's right.
Taking nothing away from Pam. But,
Yeah, but Pam serves well.
Yeah.
She is a fine serve, and yet Gabby took that service return and was juicing it last night. But that left-handed kicker, a little tougher for Gabby.
Oh,
30-15.
maybe that's the problem. This is the second time in as many games or matches that we've seen her whiff.
That's right. That was like an instant replay. She did that once on a backhand last night.
Well, watch, she's looking at a racket, but see, she's lunging at it. She's not out in front. And even when she's been returning the backhand, she's been having to jump at the ball. She said, boy, that's a lot of money I make to miss them.
There's the backhand topspin winner we've seen and become accustomed to.
You know, it's funny, after she missed that backhand, we heard lots of oohs in the crowd, and I think everybody in the crowd thinks they only miss shots like that. They can't believe Gabby does it.
Very true. She gets it.
You know, Lisa, I think we should explain why it's easier for Gabby to miss a ball than others. She comes up on the ball so much, low to high, if you watch, low to high, and so her strings don't hit through the ball. They lift up, and so if she misjudges the ball, she has very little time that she can get that hit in there, so she's more apt to do it.
That's right.
Point. Third break opportunity in the set for Sabatini.
Tough. That's tough.
You bet it's tough.
Half volley winner, Lisa. How many times you see it?
Almost never. Watch here. The ball lands right at her shoe tops, and she just picks it up off her shoelaces. A little touch shot over the net. That's what Martina's famous for. It looks like she's out of position and isn't going to make it, and comes up with the impossible.
She liked that.
Well, she really stretches on this. What's that? That is a tough volley. And Martina's so strong. She can hit off balance.
Looking to go up 5-love.
I feel like Gabby's just stretching for time here, trying to get her ground strokes working before the first set is over.
And it's a time to experiment, because if you're out there, you got to find the solution right now. You can't wait until you're down 4-1 in a second.
She looks on her returns as if it's an adventure back there. Oh, she took a little extra step to set herself for that overhead and missed it. And Martina Navratilova owns this one so far, 5-love. Once more to Manhattan Country Club. It's no sweat so far for Martina. Craig Carden, her coach, what do you say? Just leave everything alone.
You say nothing, man. You sit back there and
Boy.
say, look, this is why we work so hard all week.
Exactly
you know?
what I told her, right?
Woo! 7-0. And by the way, on that overhead Sabatini missed to end that last point. She's hitting down. She looked very uncomfortable on that overhead. You got to take a dropping ball and hit up, and we find about 8-degree up hit. This only hits the ball about 43 feet long. You'll get a chance to see it. Here it comes. Now she's got plenty of time. Sabatini's got to hit up at the ball, not hit down. You hit down, that's what you get.
You know, I feel like Gabriella hesitated just an extra 2 seconds and actually overanalyzed the shot. She just got to act and react to every ball.
I agree.
Martina dodging a B. Forehand, wow.
A thought occurred to me that when that little animal was around there, it's sort of to be or not to be.
I'll pretend I didn't hear that one.
Well, I tell you, if when Sabatini learns to volley, she is going to be one tough dude.
Well, we said earlier at the beginning of the telecast that she'd have to come into the net more in order to put any pressure on Martina, and she's coming in even less.
Yeah, less than we thought. One time. That's not enough to keep Martina thinking.
Boy, she got that one right back at her in a hurry. Ooh. Jumped on that second serve. Something fierce.
But there's a dramatic difference in Sabatini's second serve speed. It's a big kick serve, but Martina's not going to let you go. She'll take it on the rise.
Got it. And we're looking at a double set point. I think Sabatini thought that was wide. So Martina 1 point away from a shutout here.
Boy, and you like that too. When you get in that position, you'd love to take the number 3 seed out of there.
Gabby saying, I'm not done yet.
30, 40.
You look here how in great position Gabby was to hit that shot. I think she actually feels more comfortable off the backhand passing shot than she does off the forehand.
I think you're right. Oh, it's going to be long, and there you have it. A third service break in the first set, and Martina Navratilova has blanked the number 3 rated player in the world, the number 2 seed, Sabatini. And the crowd now has immediately jumped to the side of the underdog, I think, here.
That's right.
Everybody's become a Sabatini fan because they want 3 sets.
Well, I wouldn't know what to tell Gabby to do other than cut down on the loose errors. Martina has such a high intensity right now.
15 love.
Martina's so smart. She knows she's got her on the move, and she knows that Sabatini is not grooved, and so she's not allowing her to get grooved. She's ending the points quickly.
Boy, the only thing she may be capable of doing right now is calling the airport for an earlier flight.
Well, I don't count her out of anything. Gabby got that spot for some reason, the ability to come back.
Martina continues to apply the pressure.
I tell you, this is as fine a tennis as I have seen Martina play in a long time.
I second that.
Boy, that says a lot for vacations, doesn't it?
I should mention that we're actually lucky to even have Martina here, because just 2 weekends ago, she was busy in her Fort Worth home packing boxes and ready to move to Aspen.
And right away, we're Martina 1 up. She's won 7 straight. Back for the Los Angeles Slims in a moment. Gabriela Sabatini on empty here this afternoon, as Martina has rolled a 7 so far. 7 straight games, and these are the numbers that make up a 6-love first set.
Well, you can see here that the 76% first serves for Gabriela means absolutely nothing. Martina has the much more effective serve, even though she's getting less first serves in. And I think you can also note that Martina has a higher rate of winners than Gabby does.
Boy,
Points.
Gabby is ticked right there. She wants to get back in this match and doesn't know how.
Well, I'm glad that she's ticked. I think too many players can look at a 6-0 defeat in the first set and think, God, this is humiliating. I just want to get off the court.
And that's probably the difference between a world-class top 10 player.
And me.
Don't be so modest, you animal.
I happen to have read where you were at number 9 at one time. Is that right?
In a former life,
Okay.
yes.
So you qualify. Well, that'll be a little uplifting, perhaps.
15 love.
Boy, it's a fine passing shot.
Sabatini.
She's taking the ball so early at the top of the bounce and really clobbering it.
But you see how far Martina's out of court, but Sabatini can't come in to volley. She's got to get in there.
Missed it.
15-30.
And she's on the downside again on her serve. She has not held serve in the match. Missed it on the drop shot.
Well, that was a strange shot selection by Martina. She was standing too far back to really make an accurate drop shot.
And boy, we see that sometimes. After that, you start getting a little loose, unless you say to yourself, hey, one bad play, don't do it again. Look at that. Look at that.
And Martina Navratilova looking at yet another service break opportunity. She gets the drop volley. Oh, pretty.
Look here where Martina gets Gabriella way off court. And once you play Martina as many times as she has, she anticipates the short volley and starts running for it even before Martina hits the ball. She's got the easy pass across court.
She is so elegant when she strides out like that, Sabatini.
Well, Lisa, Martina's playing so well, she's actually beating Gabby even from the baseline. Boy, when you can beat Gabby from the baseline, you are playing pretty well.
I was just going to say, many players have so much trouble with Gabby's excessive topspin from the baseline, but Martina is handling it with ease, actually hitting the ball even deeper than Gabby.
She really had Sabatini running the baseline in that last point. Back to deuce.
Well, if Gabby's going to make a move in this match, this is her time. She's got to hold serve and start hanging in there.
But still, you see the play. Gabby still, the pressure's on her to make a good play. So Martina is still forcing her into a 1 or 2 degree passing shot, whereas Martina, Gabby's not able to do that, forcing Martina to do any of those things.
It's like a fighter counterpunching the entire fight. No. Just can't find any consistency with the backhand, which last night against Shriver was a real weapon.
Yeah, but Shriver didn't get in on top of that ball. She wasn't moving forward as much as Martina. Shriver was 5 feet behind the line on the baseline on the service return.
Well, I still think Gabby hasn't found any rhythm on her ground strokes. Martina started right at the start of the match, right out of the gates, pressuring her, and she didn't have a chance to develop any kind of range or accuracy.
It still hasn't.
Martina floats that long, and now Sabatini has an opportunity to hold her serve.
Well, 3 errors in one game, that's the most Martina has made in one game. So again, This is what Sabatini is wondering. When was it going to happen?
Ripping down the line goes the forehand.
Tell you, boy, Steffi Graf, you better be careful. This kid's coming harder off the ground. Watch this forehand down the line. This one setting it up, and this one putting it away. Lisa almost at will. I mean, she could have had that play. Oh, but no problem on the service return. There's just not enough speed. It's not putting any pressure on Martina at all.
That's right. We call it toying with your opponent. She's having her way with Gabby this afternoon.
He got it. And Martina salutes her for a nice shot. After 8 games, Sabatini finally holds serve.
Well, Gabby's saying, what does a girl have to do? She has to come up with winners on the line in order to just get games.
Well, the crowd loves her. But look, just as Lisa says, look what she has to do. She's hitting the ball. She probably has to call a cab to get back in the court. She hits a beautiful shot, and it took that to win.
And gets a big round of applause for just holding serve. And look who was at the net.
Well, by no choice of her own, I think that was all she could do, just to get up there and hit a passing shot. See Martina's short volley brings Sabby in. She's got the open court for the put away.
Yeah, really, Martina should get an assist for that volley.
Gabby's been at the net 6 times. She's come in, and she's made 2 points, so she's only batting 33%.
A service break would certainly be to Sabatini's liking here, with the hope of forcing this to 3 sets. Oh, she was perfect with it. She had to be.
Well, you can see here that Gabby's walking over to the other side, but she actually stumbled a little bit. It looked like she briefly might have twisted her ankle right there. She went over.
Yeah, she's walking softly on it, too.
Casual behind the back winner by Martina. Of course, it didn't count, so it doesn't matter.
All of a sudden, they're starting to drop.
But I think the point is they're almost having to drop on the line to win.
Yes, you're right.
I mean, Martina's approach shot, if you watch this shot coming in, Martina hit this ball so deep, it was absolutely a gorgeous shot, way back in there off of a half volley.
Quiet, please.
Double break opportunity. Not anymore.
30,
Well, Martina really knows when to come up with the big serves here. Look at that, right on the tee. Gabby way out of position. Can't make a play on it.
No, we're at deuce.
2 big serves. The very thing Gabby does not have, Martina has, plus a good short court game, a good baseline game, which gets you a good bank account.
Nope.
advantage, Navratilova.
3 straight points for Martina. So much for the service break opportunity. Martina Navratilova continues to roll here at the Manhattan Country Club. We'll be back in a moment. Martina Navratilova toweling off in the driver's seat here over Gabby Sabatini. Top money, $60,000 goes to the winner, 24 to the runner-up. Here is the money list for this year, headed by Steffi Graf. Arantxa Sanchez, just 17 years old, at $382,000. Martina right on her heels. And then it's Sabatini and Zina Garrison. So we have had 3 of the top 5 money earners in this tournament in the semifinals. It's been a glorious week here in the Virginia Slims of Los Angeles.
Lisa, I just don't, it's hard for me to understand why Gabby's serve is that weak.
I don't really understand it myself. She's a big girl. She's a strong girl. She really should have more of an effective first serve. I know she's been working on it with her coach, Angel Jimenez, but she doesn't quite have a grasp on what to do with it.
15 all is called out.
You can see here that she uses the Prince Graphite and she strings it tight at 78 pounds. She needs to string it that tight with all that topspin she uses.
I think Martina knew she missed that as soon as the racket had hit the ball. She said, oh.
She knew it felt wrong.
Yeah.
Well, Gabby having one of those days where she just can't find the court, missing by just a couple inches on every line.
Never get to it. Fine volley.
Boy, Martina is very crisp. And there's the coach, Craig Carton. He's happy. Very crisp shots. Watch when she comes in on the volley, the crispness.
Look how low she got, too. Got her eye level right down to the ball level.
Martina working on a 4th service break. And on a double fault, she gets it.
Oh, goodness gracious. She swung at that service ball 3 times before she hit it.
3 games to 1.
See, I believe mechanically she does not understand where the power comes from, because the system that she's using is ineffective.
I don't know if I can explain it, but it appears to me, Vic, that she is, when she serves, she reaches and gets no motion going forward, or not as much.
I see about 10 as Martina looks for number 5 here. I see about 10 points on the serve.
Good serve.
Well, Martina's serve was just too good. Had Sabby way off court. Couldn't make it.
Oh. Oh.
She was there.
But she's been winning them so easily, she just smiled as she volleyed. Then it rolled down her thigh.
Well, against Zina, she got a little bit casual in the second set, and Zina took advantage of it. We'll see if the same thing happens here.
Another good serve.
Guess not, huh, Lisa? She ticked her off.
I always say something, and she does exactly the opposite, just to embarrass me.
That's the business.
Oh. Get out of town, she seems to be saying with her tennis game.
Well, in my opinion, that was almost the best point of the match. Gabriela stretching on every single shot. She's way out of position, turning around, wrong-footed, tries to throw up a lob. Martina puts the overhead away.
Wow. A telling stat. Gabriela Sabatini is beside herself. And she is also down big time here in the second set at Manhattan Country Club. Back in a moment. Trying to figure out the puzzle. Gabriela Sabatini has won 1 game in 11.
You know, Pete, when I went to Argentina and trained the coaches in '67, the coaches, I got off the plane and they were showing me their serve, and they all served, and I couldn't believe it was so bad. I just laughed. I thought they were trying to make me laugh and ease me up because I'd just gotten there, but the truth, it was their serve. Vilas and a lot of people were in that class, but they've gotten a lot better, but they don't play baseball there. And I stood in a club in the Belgrano Athletic Club on the 2nd floor and watched, and not one person could throw the ball properly. But Vilas ended up with a pretty darn good serve. I think Tyriak did a pretty darn nice job with him, but still he did what Sabatini did. He stayed back from the baseline. He hardly went to the net.
Well, again, we'll get a chance to examine this serve here. Crowd clearly on the side of Sabatini now, wanting to see more of the match.
Well, if you watch it, she comes in on this when she finally gets in there, but she's still only 33%, 3 out of 12. Ooh, she's not even 33%. 3 out of 12 is 220, 250.
There's a backhand that has been missing.
Well, Gabby's saying to herself now, I'm down a set. I'm down 4-1 in the second. I have nothing to lose. Just loosen up and go for shots.
A rare volley.
Hey, baby! I love it. That's nice. I like to see that. That's class. Now watch her come in there. This is 4th one she's won coming to the net, and I love it. She does it beautifully.
Well, Martina answers back. She's not letting any momentum go on the side of Sabatini.
Have you seen her this forceful on the forehand side, Martina, in a long time?
Never. I've always thought that that was her weaker side and that she had less confidence with it.
Missed the overhead. So Sabatini holds serve for only the 2nd time in the match. And that excites the crowd. Tells you how dominant Martina has been.
Martina felt she should have had that overhead. Shows you how confident she is.
She didn't miss it by much.
Love 15.
Watch Martina on this half volley. Makes a nice play, but Gabby comes back with the big one.
15 all.
Fine serve. Martina entering play today with a winning percentage of 87 career.
You know, when we have Martina on the computer, she's perfect on the service motion. When we put Sabatini on, she struggles.
She has struggled on this day on the court. Despite hitting a short ball, Sabatini got away with it because of the backhand.
30.
Well, Martina's approached off the backhand a number of times now, and I feel like Gabby's starting to get smart to that. I think that Martina has to start to mix it up once again. Few to the forehand.
Second serve, it was a let. Boy, that was an important point because now it's double break point, and this may be her last chance, Sabatini's, to get back in this match.
Again, Martina serves it into the backhand side, and Gabby's just starting to rip them off. She's found some feel.
Missed it long.
You know, Lisa, I think the difference is, for a while, the first set, she was jumping at the ball. She couldn't get any kind of feeling of going forward on the service return. But that backhand just before this point, she was stepping in. It was clean, crisp, firm wrist, but stepping forward.
I agree. I think Gabby was really unsettled in the first set. She just felt nervous and uptight. Couldn't find it. I hope she doesn't run out of time here in the second set before she does get it all together. Martina is so good at that. She's standing at the net, and she actually anticipated the ball, made a move one place or the other, because she had a 50-50 shot. You'll notice here, as soon as she gets into the net, she's standing still. All of a sudden, she just darts to the right-hand side. Made the point.
Great reflexes. We're at deuce. Sabatini has seen 2 opportunities go away.
Advantage, Navratilova.
Lisa, I think the point you make about going one way or the other, that's so critical. You got to make up your mind at the net and then go, but you can't stand there and salute it.
Perfect.
Well, I know that we can see it from up here that she's starting to find her range on the backhand, but I wonder if Martina is observant of that. Beautiful
Perfect
shot.
Another break opportunity for Sabatini. It will be her 3rd of this game. She can't let many more go by.
Well, this really is a crucial game for both girls. It's the 7th game of the set, and it's going to differentiate whether Martina goes up 5-2 or just 4-3 and lets Gabby back into the match.
Oh, a monster point, and Martina gets it. The deuce.
beautiful play, huh? I mean, you really got to love it because
Yeah, it is.
Martina's muscling that ball, anticipating the shot.
Gabby fights back.
Well, it really was a beautiful return, right low at Martina's feet.
She got it.
I think Martina thought that that was going to sail long, and she kind of hesitated with the racket, and it just landed in.
Was that a think or a hope?
You can see here that Martina takes her jump step, and she just takes her racket away. She thought it was going to sail.
That's not bad. I tell you, when you can come up with a big serve and go on the other side, Sabatini cannot come up with a serve to get her out of a hole.
Well, this is one of the few points that we've seen Martina at the baseline. I'm sure she's looking to come in.
There it is, and she exhorts herself. Finish this off, she says.
What a beautiful volley Martina makes here. Again, she's just scraping it up off the lowest part of the court, an incredible angle. I'm not even sure it was intentional. It just went in.
Missed it.
That's a big break for Sabatini because she was about to lose that game. Martina actually had the point in her corner lined up and ready to hit a winner there. She misjudged it.
Yeah, it came too slowly. She had to play, and some beautiful point play here. And Sabatini comes in nicely. And actually, Martina hit a very nice offensive lob there, but she misjudged that one.
And we're back to deuce. Well, we've been here a lot in this game.
This game has been as long as about the first set.
Well, Sabatini, to her credit, on an afternoon that has not been very attractive as far as she's concerned, she has hung in there.
Well, again, I'm going to stress how important this game is because whoever wins it is really going to have the momentum on their side.
It's 4-3 or 5-2.
Smell a little pressure. Good. She threw it in with pressure. Boy, she jammed her. That's a tough play on the second serve, I got to tell you. Class.
And there it is. Martina holds serve, so it was a long battle for Gabby for nothing. She's down big here in Los Angeles. Back in a moment. Later tonight, it's the grand finale of the Kentucky Fried Chicken Summer Pro Basketball League, and we'll be there to bring it to you. Live coverage begins at 7 o'clock right here on Prime Ticket, the world's largest regional sports network.
Well, Lisa, this lady has an uphill battle. Martina's let down just a little, but the thing about Martina, she's been able to rise to the occasion, even when she's down, to throw in a big serve, come up with a good point. For instance, a couple of those low volleys. I, too, felt, hey, you know, those are the kind you hit, and you pretend like you do it every day. But they were very unique and tough volleys.
I agree. Even if Gabby holds serve here, she's pretty much out of the match. You can see here the service winners in big favor of Navratilova in both sets.
She seems to have an answer for everything Sabatini tries.
About 15. About 30.
2 points away. Couldn't run it down.
But, you know, when you're having to hit such great shots to win a point,
That's it.
you're not in such great shape in the match.
Every shot has to be almost perfect.
Smart play by Martina. Take that service return and go and force Gabby to come out of there with a big shot again.
Sabatini.
It was a beautiful shot. Yeah, it was a beautiful shot, but I think she's almost a little late in her change of tactics. She's all over the net here. A beautiful approach shot she'll make. Has the point perfectly set up. Makes a nice volley winner.
Good deuce.
There's a difference. Close in, good approach shot. Don't stand still on that volley. Be moving forward. Remember, 2 steps forward on that volley, you go from 30-degree angle to 130.
And that brings us to match point. Looking for her 5th Virginia Slims of Los Angeles championship, her 5th of this year, her 143rd career. She's got it. Craig Carden, Martina's coach, applauding her championship point. And boy, Martina just did a lot for vacations. The crowd saluting the champions. 6-love, 6-2. Congratulations to Martina Navratilova. There's our story, brief as it may be. 6-love, 6-2, Martina Navratilova. And now let's go courtside to the awards presentation and public address announcer Jim Steck.
Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon again. Welcome to the award ceremony of the Virginia Slims of Los Angeles, presented by your BMW dealers. This, of course, is the part about the tournament that the players like best of all. It's their payday, and we have a total of $84,000 to distribute here this afternoon. And to initiate that rewarding process, the tournament chairman, Mr. Jerry Diamond.
Thank you, Jim. You know, it takes cooperative management and cooperative club to bring an event like this to Los Angeles. I think the first thing I must do is thank Keith Brackpool and the members of the Manhattan Country Club for hosting us and opening their gates. This beautiful facility is wonderful and has been the host of this event, and I think it's a magnificent tribute to them that the event went so smoothly this week. Thank you. Bruce Hecker as well. Thank you, Bruce. We've had sellout crowds this week. It's a far cry. We brought the Virginia Slims to Los Angeles in 1972. The attendance at the finals was slightly less than 1,000. And now, in 1989, as you can see, 6,000 total, and we've had mammoth crowds all week. I think that's a tribute to women's tennis, and I thank the fans of Southern California for that. One more thing, a little local in nature. There are two people who really run this tournament. I just come down occasionally, and that's Karen Duardo, my wife Jan Diamond. They're the ones who are in charge of tickets and in charge of getting this facility ready, and I think they deserve a good round of applause from you people. Now I'd like to introduce Ann Person, Director of Worldwide Operations for Virginia Slims, who will start the ceremony. Ann?
Thank you, Jerry. First and foremost, I'd like to congratulate both Gabby and Martina for reaching today's final. The Virginia Slims of Los Angeles is one of the favorite stops for the players on the worldwide circuit, and I'm sure that one of the major reasons for that is because of the strong support and enthusiasm they receive from the Southern California tennis fans. And wait. And I think that very strong support was perfectly exemplified last night during the semifinal matches when the spectators took part in doing the wave. The players also look forward to coming to Los Angeles because of the exquisite yet comfortable ambiance here at the Manhattan Country Club. There are 32 major tournaments on the Virginia Slim Series worldwide. Thanks to Jerry and Jan Diamond, the promoters of this event, and their long-time dedication and commitment to women's tennis, Los Angeles is fortunate to host one of these major stops on the women's tour. I thank Jerry and Jan, as well as Karen Duarto and their entire staff for the year-long hard work put into this tournament. Thank you. BMW, the presenting sponsor, has been affiliated with the Virginia Slims of Los Angeles as long as the tournament has been held at this venue. Please join me in welcoming Hans Bartels from the South California BMW dealers, who will present the runners-up check. Hans?
Thank you. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It feels like yesterday that I presented the check last year to Gabriella. In those years, we had the pleasure, our dealers and my company, to support the Los Angeles, Virginia Slims. We have seen some very great tennis being played here. And even today, it was a great day, in spite of some of the things which happened. All I can say is that we hope to see all the fans again next year at the same time in this court under the same sponsorship. My privilege today is, for 2 years in a row, to give to Gabriella a check in the amount of $24,000 on behalf of BMW.
Good luck.
Well, first I want to congratulate Martina for a great match that she played. I guess was not maybe my day today, but she really played a very good match. And most of all, I want to thank everybody for the support. It was really nice to play here. I had a very good week. And also I want to say thank you to Virginia Slims, to BMW, to Jan and Jerry Diamond, and to the Manhattan Country Club. And well, I see you next year. And I want to say some few words in Spanish also. Quiero agradecer a todos los argentinos por haber venido, por toda la hinchada. Y bueno, no puedo ser esta vez, pero seguro voy a seguir luchando por tratar de obtener este triunfo. Gracias por todo.
Ladies and gentlemen, Martina Navratilova, with today's victory, now has 143 singles titles to her credit.